once again to MLB Postseason Throwback Thursday. This is the second week that I'm going to be continuing this MLB Throwback Thursday. Last Thursday was from 1991 and 1995, and on this particular week, it will be from 1996 through 2000. Yes, 1996 between the Baltimore Orioles and Cleveland Indians, Game 3. Indians trailed the series 2-0, but the biggest moment came in the 7th inning when Albert Bell hit a grand slam in the 7th inning against Armando Benitez to give the Indians the 8-4 lead, and they went on to win the game. Game 4 of the 1996 division series between the Yankees and the Rangers. This game, it belonged to Bernie Williams. He homered twice, one from the left side, the other one from the right side. It was so cool to see a series with two Puerto Rican hitters, Bernie Williams and Juan Gonzalez, who were putting on a show in this series. I mean, Juan Gonzalez, who was the AL MVP that year, he hit 5 home runs against the Yankees in that series. It was just a phenomenal series. Rangers had chances, but their pitching, especially the bullpen, couldn't hold the Yankees. 1997 National League Championship Series between the Braves and the Marlins. Livan Hernandez, who came to the Marlins mid-season that year, he pitched a terrific game against the Braves. He struck out 15 batters. However, it was probably one of the worst game called by an umpire, because a lot of pitches that Livan threw outside, the umpire kept calling it strike. So the Braves had a disadvantage in that regard, because not only they were dealing with a good young phenom in Livan Hernandez, but they had an umpire that, made the strike zone even much more bigger for the Marlins. And if you watch the 30 for 30, Brothers in Exile, Charles Johnson, who was the Marlins catcher at that time, he told Livan in the first inning, we should stay outside because the strike zone looks a bit bigger. And that's exactly what happened. Livan pitched a terrific game. Marlins won Game 5, and they went on to close out the Braves in Game 6 to go to the World Series. 1998 NLCS, Game 2, Padres versus Braves. Kevin Brown up against Tom Glavine. Padres had a 1-0 lead in the game, but then in the 9th inning, they added some insurance run, which made it 3-0. Kevin Brown pitched a complete game shutout, and he struck out 11 Braves batters. The Padres took on won the first 2 games on the road of the series, which will lead by the following for this next video. Yes, Game 5, and this one is 2 words: Michael Tucker. Michael Tucker drove in all 5 runs for the Braves, but the biggest hit came in the 8th inning when the Braves were trailing 4-2 in the game, and he hit a 3-run home run. That was enough for the Braves, and they went on to win Game 5 of the series. However, it wouldn't be enough, because in Game 6, the Padres beat the Braves, and they went on to go to the World Series. Ah, 1999, the year that I got into sports. And in baseball, it all started in October baseball, 1999, 22 years ago. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they won the division in their 2nd year of existence. They won 100 games that year. But Game 1 against the Mets was different. Why? Because of a man named Edgardo Alfonzo. One of my favorite New York Mets of all time, even though I'm a Yankee fan, but I respected Edgardo Alfonzo and his performance. And they went up against Randy Johnson, by the way. So he hit a home run off of Randy Johnson, and he hit a clutch grand slam in the ninth inning to give the Mets an 8-4 victory over the Diamondbacks, taking home court in Game 1. In the 1999 American League Division Series Game 4 between the Indians and Red Sox, the Red Sox bats came out hot. They absolutely hammered Indians pitcher Bartolo Colon, who just pitched in 3 days rest. Red Sox got hot at the right time. They scored 23 runs in this game, and they went on to win 23-7 to force a Game 5, which, if you guys know what happened, Pedro Martinez absolutely dominated the game coming out of the bullpen, and Red Sox went on to win the series. Oof. The first exciting championship series I've ever seen. The Atlanta Braves and the Mets. But games 4 through 6 were some of the best games of that series. In Game 4, you had John Olerud hitting a big 2-run single in the 8th inning. Game 5, I remember this very well because they played like around 4 p.m. that day, and I was supposed to go to bed at 9, but the game was so long that it went all the way to 15 innings. So by the time I was about to go to sleep, I see that Robin Ventura, he hit a grand slam, but it turned out to be a grand slam single because his teammates mobbed him as he passed first base. So it's still a classical game in Mets history. It's certainly the best moment of Robin Ventura's career. And it was just an incredible playoff game. And then you had Game 6. It was a high-scoring game. The Mets, I remember they were trailing 5-zip in the game, and then they came back. They even had a lead at one point, but they couldn't just hang on. And then their season ended in the worst fashion that you can think of. Kenny Rogers, Kenny Rogers, the Mets will never forget his name. He gave up a bases-loaded walk to Andrew Jones, which ended the Mets season. Last but not least, 2000, Game 2, Mets versus Giants. Mets were winning 4-1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. JT Snow with 2 men on base. He hits a big 3-run home run off Armando Benitez to tie the game. I remember that the ballpark in San Francisco was exploded when he hit that home run. But the celebration didn't last long because in the top of the 10th inning, Jay Payton hit the game-winning RBI, which John Franco came into the bottom of the 10th inning and closed out by striking out Barry Bonds, strikeout looking, and the Mets took Game 2 of the series. They went on to win Game 3, which is another classical game that Benny Agbayani won with a game-winning home run in extra innings. And also in Game 4, when Bobby Jones just pitched 1 hit. He gave up 1 hit, and the Mets went on to NLCS. That does it for this week's MLB Postseason Throwback Thursday. Stay tuned for next Thursday, as I will be touched on from the postseason from 2001 through 2005.